The Lone Ranger. A fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty Hi-Yo Silver. The Lone Ranger.
Come in.
Lieutenant Quincy, sir.
At ease.
Thank you, sir.
Was there anyone out there?
Only your adjutant, sir.
Lieutenant, I have a special assignment for you.
Yes, sir.
This dispatch must get to Fort Apache with the least possible delay. It is to be delivered in person to Major Harvey, the commander there.
I can leave for Fort Apache tonight, sir.
You could, but even more important than speed is secrecy. To give you, shall we call it, a legitimate reason for traveling west, I have approved your request for a 15-day leave. Your leave papers are all made out.
Yes, sir.
Also, you will travel by stagecoach. You'll take the westbound that passes through here tomorrow morning. The stage line will take you to Black River, then north to Fort Apache. Are there any questions, Lieutenant?
Well, sir, may I ask the reason for all this secrecy?
Well, I guess you're entitled to some explanation. You've heard, of course, of the Indians around Fort Apache having been seen with new rapid-fire repeating rifles?
Yes, sir.
Well, the undercover agent who's been buying those rifles in the east has been arrested, and he's named the men he's been working for. That dispatch contains the names of the men who've been reselling the rifles to the Indians.
I'll see that it's delivered to Major Harvey, sir.
Remember, if the men responsible for this gun running should learn the contents of that dispatch, they'll probably head for the border, and we'll never be able to lay hands on them. Well, Lieutenant, good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Since we'll be traveling together, may I introduce myself? I'm Lieutenant Jack Quincy.
I'm Reverend Walter Foster, and this is my daughter, Mary.
Hello.
How do you do, Miss Foster?
That's all. We're on our way.
Well, sounds like we're ready to start. Tell me, Reverend Foster, what is it that takes you and your daughter to Fort Apache?
Well, Dad's going to take over Reverend Smith's church on Black Eagle's reservation near Fort Apache.
Well, it seems, as the saying goes out here in the West, my daughter has beat me to the draw.
Oh, Dad.
I've heard of Reverend Smith, and of the many fine things he's been doing for the Indians on the reservation.
He's a fine man. He's made many friends among the Indians, teaching them, ministering to their ills. But I still wonder what could have persuaded him to give up his church.
Well, we'll be in Black River day after tomorrow, and I'm sure you'll find that there's a simple explanation for it.
I hope so. I certainly hope so.
Tyler, we'll make camp here tonight.
Good place to rest Silver and Scout. Plenty water. Good grass nearby.
You've traveled hard, big fellow. You'll need a few hours' rest.
We ride to Fort Apache to see Major Harvey tomorrow.
Yes, Tonto. What I've heard is true about the Indians on Black Eagle's reservation being able to buy new repeating rifles. The Major may be in for some trouble.
One successful attack on town or fort. Enough encouragement to start whole Indian war.
That's right. Repeating rifles in the hands of the followers of a chief like Geronimo or Crazy Horse. And every settlement and fort in the entire Southwest would be under constant menace of Indian attack.
Me not understand why men want to sell guns when they know what harm they can do.
Because of greed, Tonto. They're men who place material gain above everything else. They'll even sacrifice their own personal safety to satisfy their desire for gold.
Hey, Gus, ain't they beauties? These are better than some of the soldiers at Fort Apache have. Hey, our Indian friends are going to be happy with this shipment. And I'm going to be just as happy with their gold.
Yeah, but boss, don't you think it's kind of risky us sticking around here after Hatton gunned down that Reverend Smith?
The old fool. He should have been snooping around when we made our delivery.
Yeah, but he'd been snooping around here before that.
He didn't find anything, did he?
No, but he was suspicious. He wrote a letter to that colonel at Fort McRae to see if he could find out who in the East was buying the same kind of rifles we've been selling.
That's true. And there's a possibility they can trace these rifles to us that way. But when there's big results on an investment, Gus, there's also a risk. But if you're a smart man, those risks can be reduced. Get the lid back on this crate.
Water.
It's Hatton. Where have you been?
Got a drink?
Yeah, get him a drink, Gus.
I've been out of the saddle since I left Fort McRae 2 days ago.
Any news?
Yeah, all bad.
Well, come on.
Keep your shirt on, will you?
You know, I'm taking big enough chance coming here. What with the law looking for me for gunning down that Reverend Smith.
What did you learn?
To save his own skin, that friend of yours back east has talked his head off. There's a dispatch on its way to Fort Apache right now. You know it names us.
Then we better start heading for the border.
Oh, shut up. This dispatch, how are they sending it to Fort Apache?
A lieutenant's taking it by stagecoach.
Stagecoach?
Yeah. That way we're not supposed to know about the dispatch until they'd already grabbed us.
Well, from what you've told me, it proves one thing. I was right when I sent you to Fort McRae to keep your eyes and ears open.
All right, so you were right. Now let's get out of here.
Now, take it easy. See this? It's a new shipment of rifles. In a few days, the Indians are going to have enough gold to buy them.
Yeah, in a few days, we'll be in the Fort Apache guardhouse.
No, not necessarily.
I don't get you.
The stagecoach the lieutenant's on. When does it arrive here at Black River?
Sometime tomorrow afternoon.
Then there's no reason for that dispatch to be delivered.
What do you got in mind?
Just this. If we can delay delivery of that dispatch for a few days, we can sell this shipment of rifles and be over the border safely in no time.
Yeah, but how are we going to keep the lieutenant from delivering it?
It's very simple. Now, you and Hatton, tomorrow I want you at Red Rock. And here's what I want you to do.
See it yet?
No, not yet. Yeah, here it comes now.
Let's get this over with.
Indians, Lieutenant?
Hold up a minute, I think they're masked.
Sound like shots come from over ridge.
That many can only mean one thing, Tonto. Trouble.
Lieutenant!
What's the driver?
You, Lieutenant. Get out of there.
But he's been hurt.
He'll be dead if he doesn't get out.
You picked a bad time to rob me. Payday isn't until next week.
I'm not after your money. I want those papers you're carrying.
What papers?
That dispatch.
I'm not carrying any dispatch.
Don't lie to me, Lieutenant. Hand it over.
I told you I'm not carrying any dispatch.
But you'll tell me where it is. Maybe you feel like being a little more helpful.
We gotta get out of here.
Throw those lines away and get out. Get on, run, help! That'll give them something else to chase besides us.
See what you can do here. I'll go after the stage.
Another masked man.
My mask is unimportant at the moment.
I think we're all right.
And you, miss?
I am.
Good. Then we'll go back to where I left my friend. How's the lieutenant, Tonto?
Him hurt bad, Kimasabi. Him been shot in shoulder. Driver have bad cut on head.
Is there anything I can do?
The lieutenant is hurt badly. He needs medical care. Tonto can take him and the driver into Black River in the stage. There's a doctor there.
Me finish bandage, then we ready to go.
Let me help.
Did you recognize the hold-up men?
They were both masked. However, they weren't interested in money.
They weren't interested in money?
No. They seemed more interested in some papers they thought that the lieutenant was carrying.
And he wasn't carrying any papers?
I don't believe so. The lieutenant said he wasn't. One of the hold-up men searched him, but didn't find any.
I see.
We ready to go, Kimasabi.
Good. After we put the lieutenant and the driver in the stagecoach, I'll try to pick up the trail of the hold-up men. I'll meet you later at camp.
Maybe there.
Things have happened so fast, I haven't yet had time to thank you for saving our lives.
We're glad we could help, sir. The important thing now is the lieutenant's life.
Right down the stream bed for a mile or so. That way, if anyone tries to follow us, take them about a month of Sundays to find our trail.
You reckon them two hombres are going to try and follow us?
Well, I don't know, but this ain't no time to take chances. Come on, let's go.
His pulse is becoming stronger.
I'm so glad.
We're all glad, Mary.
That was a nasty cut on the lieutenant's head.
A dispatch. He wanted it. I didn't give it to them.
Easy, Lieutenant, easy.
I didn't give it to them. I didn't get it. I didn't get it.
He's dropped off into a natural sleep. At the moment, that's the best thing for him.
Then the lieutenant be all right.
Yes, I think so.
Well, that's certainly good news, Doctor.
The lieutenant owes his life to you, Indian. Where'd the Indian go?
Why, he's gone.
His masked man didn't wait around for any thanks either.
Well, did you get it?
He didn't have it on him.
Are you sure?
Well, of course I'm sure. I searched him. He must have hid in a stagecoach somewhere when he saw us coming.
Well, why didn't you search the stagecoach?
Because a couple of hombres come riding down on us shooting, that's why.
Were they soldiers?
No, one of them was an Indian.
An Indian? Yeah, that must be the Indian that drove the stagecoach into town. Like you say, they must have hid that dispatch somewhere on the stagecoach, and we're gonna get it.
Yeah, but Clem will be around the stage line stable where the coach is.
Don't worry about Clem. We'll take care of him.
You able to follow trail of hold-up men, Kimasabi?
Only as far as the stream, Tonto. They use it to cover their trail. How's the lieutenant?
Doctors say him all right. Strange. When him come to in doctor's house, him say something about dispatch, and that him not give it to them. Then him fall asleep.
Did he say any more than that?
No, him just repeat that. Him not give it to them.
That is strange, Tonto. The man on the stagecoach with the lieutenant said the lieutenant denied having a dispatch, and that one of the hold-up men even searched him.
If officer carry message, him not wanted to fall into hands of outlaw.
That's right, Tonto.
You think Lieutenant carry message and hide it in stagecoach?
Yes, I do.
Me see them take stagecoach to stable in back of express office. You want me go with you?
No. If the lieutenant was carrying a dispatch, it's a military matter. Major Harvey at Fort Apache should be informed.
Me ride to Fort to get Major.
We'll meet at the doctor's house.
Me sorry.
Easy, mister. Get your hands up. Mask, just like the others.
The others?
As if you didn't know.
My mask doesn't mean I'm an outlaw.
We'll let the sheriff decide that.
It's, possible I didn't come here alone.
I'm not falling for that old trick.
There may be a gun pointed right now at your back.
Keep your hands away from those guns. Get them high, mister.
Just as you say.
Well, what are you going to do now that you got the drop on me?
I told you I wasn't an outlaw. All I want is some information.
Information?
The men who tied you up. Do you know why they came here?
They were looking for something in the stagecoach. An envelope, I think.
Did they find it?
I don't think so. I heard one of them say that maybe the preacher or the girl had it. I guess they were talking about that minister and his daughter that came in on the stage today.
Go on.
Well, one of them that seemed to be the leader said that if the preacher or the girl did have it, that he'd get it away from them. Say, mister, what's so important about that envelope anyway?
I don't know, but the lives of two innocent people are in danger because of it. How's our patient, Miss Foster?
He's still sleeping. What's the matter, Dad?
Dr. Scott just told me that Reverend Smith was murdered.
Murdered?
Yes, Miss Foster. They found him on the road leading to the Indian reservation. They're still looking for the man who shot him.
They know who it was.
Unfortunately, no. However, he was able to describe the man who did it.
You know, I can't imagine anyone wanting to kill a man like the Reverend Smith.
Put up your hands. Nobody will get hurt. Just stay where you are. Where's the dispatch you took from the lieutenant on the stagecoach?
Why, I don't know what you're talking about.
I suppose you don't either.
No, I don't.
Well, I think we can persuade one or both of you to tell us what we want to know. And that's only a sample of what to expect.
Why, you...
Easy, miss, or I'll finish him right now.
You're the one who's finished.
Drop it. Running.
Stay where you are. You all right, Kimasabi?
Yes, Tonto.
Sergeant, take charge of that man.
You all right, Dad?
Why, of course, Mary. I didn't spend 10 years preaching from the back of wagons and in tents without learning a trick or two.
Me see you can do more than just preach.
Well, the good Lord tells us it is more blessed to give than to receive.
What are you doing here, Boyer? You can ask this one the same question.
Let's have a look at your face.
Major, remember the description Hiram Smith gave of the man who shot him?
Yes, and it fits this man right down to the scar on his cheek.
Sergeant, take him and the other 2 prisoners out.
Tonto spoke of a young lieutenant and a dispatch.
That's the lieutenant, sir.
Lieutenant. Lieutenant.
Major Harvey,
Yes, Lieutenant.
I have a dispatch for you, sir. It's between the pages of Reverend Foster's Bible.
In my Bible? Well, I had it over...
Me find it.
Oh, thank you.
This explains why Boyer and his men were here. They're the ones that have been selling rifles to the Indians. And I'll see to it that they're paid for their crimes.
Major, who is the masked man?
Why, he and his Indian friend are gone.
He saved our lives twice today, and I haven't yet been able to thank him for it.
I know. He never stays around to be thanked. He gets his thanks from helping others. He's the Lone Ranger.